I got the LEDs behind the TV with little Wayne, and it's nice. I think I'm going to light a candle actually here in just a few minutes. Really set the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that. Make that very fancy. Well, Dane, you're looking sharp in that new shirt.
I really like this Dixon Outlaw work shirt. This is extremely nice. Super comfortable, and makes a big frame guy like me, I feel all right in it. I feel good.
You look good in it.
Yeah.
So
feels good.
Wish Anthony would have taken his home.
One of those, though?
It's sitting on your desk.
Yeah.
You already got one.
Since when?
Since yesterday. It's been sitting on your desk.
Is it underneath all those garbage bags?
No, it's sitting on your keyboard unless you put it under all your garbage bags.
My gosh. Wow. Okay. That may have been the issue. I'll have to check into that when I get back to the office.
Yeah, you could have been wearing it.
I could have, would have, should have.
Well, it feels good to have our shirts. It's a Q&A Thursday, Friday Eve.
And you
do. We got some fun stuff to do today. We're going to be answering some of your Q's with our A's.
That's right.
And
that's the idea.
Anthony is at home giving out that sweet advice as to what all we got going this week. But what's the big news?
Well,
that's happening today, Dane.
I think it's sitting right in front of us. I put it in the thumbnail, too, just in case people couldn't figure it out. What I will tell you right now, while we're building an audience, while we're starting things off here, I want to just let you know, either before this, you may have seen it, or you can check it out afterwards. We have a Solution Finish over-the-top application video starring this guy.
That's me.
Working on Ragnarok, the Suburban. So you do some work on the back bumper. Can you explain, just in short terms, what you did in that video?
Thanks, Dane. Hey, guys. Levi here for the Rag Company, ready to talk about Solution Finishes over the top. So basically, we solution finished the rear bumper on the Suburban when we were doing the whole project, right? Yeah. We were doing all that stuff, and we did do it. We did get it solution finished, and that was about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? So we'd been using, I think I'd just been using Bead Maker over the top of it for the longest time, and it's been working great. But here's the deal. It's been nice because now that Chris has brought us over the top, we were able to get to use it. I was able to actually re-solution finish the bumper trim on the Suburban.
Oh.
So I had a nice fresh coat of solution finish over it, and then I was able to put over the top right on top of it. And we got to make a video out of it. So, hey, kill two birds with one stone. Suburban's back to black and looking sharp.
It looks really good. And what are some things you would say you like about Over the Top just in the process?
It's easy to use.
The feel afterwards,
easy to use. Smells good.
It does actually have a smell.
Yeah.
Like Anthony, of course,
well, it's cherry.
Mr. Smells
Dane,
picked up on that right away.
Dane,
I have not taken a whiff of it myself
Take a little hit off that, Dane.
But I am curious.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
smells
that is nice.
Yeah?
And you know what? I feel like we're talking about this. We should probably bring in...
You mean we have like a special guest or something?
Like the guru, the master. He even looks like a guru master type guy. There he is, Chris West. Right there on the line, adjusting his camera,
right,
but there he is. Hi there.
Okay, now.
Yep, we got you on the line.
What a absolute nightmare.
Sorry, you're here with us now. That's all that matters.
Now, how can I get rid of... Huh? I know. How can I get rid of my picture so I can see you guys?
You can drag it over. You can drag it over. Just grab the little picture of yourself and drag it over to yourself. Put it on top of yourself. There you go, Chris. So while Chris is while he's doing that, so we thought it'd be fun to bring on Chris and Ashley. They're working off their phone right now, but it's a good way to get all the questions, because we've had tons of people. We released that video today on how to use Over the Top. We've been having people asking for it since you came here to do TRC with us. So one of the great things is that we were able to bring him on. So while Chris is getting his technical difficulties figured out, we can. Why don't we hit up some of the little comments, get started with the show, have a little time together.
Yeah. So, Chris, while you get situated there, we're going to go ahead and get through some of these early comments, just saying hi to folks, let them know we're talking with them, and they're joining in. And obviously, this is a Q&A, so you'll see a lot of questions about all kinds of products and all kinds of detailing stuff. But the star of the show today is definitely over the top. So let's start off things. Oh, sorry, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm curious. While I'm doing this, do you think my earbuds would work, or is going to cut off everything?
No, I think your earbuds will work. They should work just fine on your phone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's still absolutely terrible.
It's all right.
Not to worry.
The boys pull them
we'll
off
go
the
ahead and
screen
take
there.
care of these. He'll sit that situated. We'll get Alex Dewar here pulled up.
Friday Eve, TRC family, tackling my first motorcycle this coming Saturday, correction and coating. Anthony or Levi, is there anything special to note while doing a motorcycle? I'm going to pass this off to Anthony because he's the resident motorcycle guy.
Right.
I'm an actual motorcycle is what you're saying, Levi.
Well, no, you're a
motorcyclist.
A motorcyclist.
Am I?
Yes.
Sometimes.
A motorcycle.
Unless I've been led
astray. Is that what it is? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he is.
Okay. So jumping into your first detail, I guess a big question would be what kind of bike is it, right? Because you have to, every bike is different. I mean, not just figuratively, but literally it is just different. So basically, if you have a naked bike, if you have a street bike, if you have like a fully fared bike, if you have a dirt bike, if you have
it's a 2014
a cruiser,
it's a 2014 Indian motorcycle. Seems like a big boy. He says.
So it is going to be a big boy. So on the Indians, right? So a big thing with those. So you're most likely going to have a lot of chrome, right? You're going to have a lot of open surface on everything. So I would go into that entire job using either DI water, if you're planning on using soap, or I would use nothing but O&R. Mainly for the fact that on any one of those Indians, man, I mean, a lot of those materials and things like that are super nice, but everything's really exposed. And so wait till the bike is obviously completely cooled down, and by completely cool, you want that thing to sit for hours and hours, because the second you start spraying things on it, it's going to start simmering, and it's going to get too hot too fast. So wait till the bike is fully cool, and then from there, you could treat it like a normal wash. There's nothing on the bike that you can't not wash. On those Indians, they're not chain driven, so you don't have to worry about greasing a chain or lubing a chain or anything like that. But really, don't put tire dressing on the tires. Make sure all the grip points are still tacky and feel good. So on the seat, while yes, you can clean the leather seat on it, you can clean the grips and you can clean all that. Don't put any type of dressing on that. If you are to dress the leather seat or try to protect it, try to use the protectant with the least amount of slip as possible, because you want to make sure that still stays nice and tacky for the person sitting on it. But other than that, though, I mean, if it's got leather bags on it, leather cleaner, leather conditioner, you can treat all that normally. You don't have to really take anything off, and that's a big thing when it comes to working on bikes. On a motorcycle, people get these bikes to where they're situated for themselves, and the last thing they want is somebody start taking pieces off, because they start taking pieces off, and then that person has to readjust quite literally everything, from their windscreen to their bags to whatever it may be. So try not to take anything off of it. Utilize a lot of brushes, utilize a lot of towels, and then in terms of the correction, make sure you don't use too much product, because when it comes to polishing a tank or polishing any other type of components on the bike, you don't want to get any fling from the compound. If you get fling from the compound, you're going to be chasing that compound all over the bike for an hour, and it's going to be a pain in the ass, so you don't want to do that. So, just be smart, be accurate with everything. Not really a whole lot to worry about. Everything can get wet on those bikes. It's a modern day motorcycle. Things can get wet. And have fun. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay.
There we go. Ken Bergman saying, I have a twisted loop drying towel. What's the difference or advantage between that one and the Gauntlet drying towel you sell? Wow. So the twisted loop drying towel, difference between the two, or what's the advantage? So basically they're both drying towels, right? So I'm assuming you're talking about the Twistress or the Twist and Shout with that one, and the difference between the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet just has a different design feature in the sense that it's a hybrid weave with a twist loop, and the tops are basically got twists and then like the plush, kind of like the Eagles. So it's a nice soft open loop design. So kind of the best of both worlds. I will say that I feel the Gauntlet is very, very thirsty. Probably one of our most thirstiest towel. However, the Liquidator, because of how twisted and long those piles are.
Yeah, they're twisted differently than our other twists.
What most people don't know is those twists are very long.
Yeah, they're almost like dreadlock long.
Yeah, but I mean, like they look.
They're twice the length of the Twistress.
They are twice the length.
They're
but
twice
what I'm
the
saying
length.
is, when you pull one of those out, it may come out almost a good 10 to 12 inches if you pull a loop on the Liquidator. Yeah, so the Liquidator has a ton of surface area. If you think about each one of those individual loops. So that's really the difference. The Liquidator is also a Chinese manufactured towel, where the Gauntlet is South Korean. So, however, they're both 70-30 blends. They're both phenomenal drying towels. And honestly, I use both of them in my garage. Yeah. And I know Anthony does the same.
Either one is at home there. But there are differences, as noted.
Yeah.
And they're not minor ones. You will notice differences in performance depending on what it is you're doing with them.
Yeah.
So definitely good question. I got a second page there. Let me kick back to Detail Dude.
Detail Dude,
Question
another
number
week
3.
Q&A. Quick question. What are your thoughts on these new graphene coatings compared to the regular ceramics? Have you tried some of them out yet? Detail Dude, I love you, but I'm just going to say I think we're a long ways away before graphene really does become a thing for automotive stuff. We're in the infancy of it, and it's become a buzzword. Everybody's excited, so everybody's trying to come up with a graphene product. But I feel like we're still too early. It's too early to tell how it's going to go.
The vast majority of graphene products that are out there are absolutely minuscule trace amounts of graphene, because if you had an actual graphene
the correct word, Dane, the correct word would be graphene infused.
Yeah.
So what people need to start saying
that's the problem is a lot of these people aren't saying graphene infused. They're just saying graphene, which gives people the wrong impression.
Because there's marketing it as graphene, but what most, I think some of them changed the verbiage because I think some people were getting angry and upset about things, so they said graphene infused, not just a graphene, because it is a small amount of a product. There's got to be some type of requirement. Obviously, there's no governing body of detailing products out there, but there's got to be some type of regulation or some type of thing to where it says it has to have a minimum amount of this to be able to claim it's something. But because it's in such its infancy and because people don't know a whole lot about the product at this point, all it takes is just adding a small amount to an already existing ceramic coating or an already existing ceramic product or an SiO2 product, and then claiming that it is, graphene or graphene based or graphene infused. And so
this isn't a unique phenomena necessarily. This is something that happens in all kinds of marketplaces of products, but it's just with detailing, it is kind of a Wild West at times. Yeah. And people take advantage of that, unfortunately, sometimes.
Oh, and I think that realistically, there's been quite a few tests out there, people talking about maybe the differences or the way they feel, the way they look. And there's also like a billion YouTubers that have done chemical resistance tests on there. Here's another trick, right? And just, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, right? Is that, a company could say that something is graphene based, and really all they've done is they've infused graphene, but they have also increased the amount of SiO2, or they've increased the amount of ceramic, or they've increased the amount of resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people attribute something to one of those, and it's not really that's causing it. So all things.
Well, because there's ways to beef up a product and then add something else and say that maybe the reason for that product being so good now is because of that new addition, but it could have just been a reformulation of something they already had that was good that got them on the right path. And I'm not trying to say this to be a Debbie Downer. I just think that there's so many different ways that this thing can be approached because it is kind of the Wild West right now. Of these graphene products, and I think that most people are just trying to make a footprint.
Yeah, that's all. And that's why you don't see us jumping on the bandwagon right away.
Yeah.
But so we've got some stuff. I hear we've got Chris back on the line.
Yep.
Let's check in there. Howdy do, Chris. You there? I am not hearing Chris.
Oh my God, guys! Yeah. I cannot hear you. If you can hear me,
we can hear you.
We can.
We can hear you just fine, Chris.
It's just not working. Keep me on. Maybe I'll try to get
Maybe try and get some wired
earbuds
headphones
working or something, right?
Yep. Yeah, get some wired headphones if you have some that you can just plug in and put in your ears. We'll check back.
The guys on the back end will work out with you.
Yeah.
We apologize, Chris. So, yes, let's go ahead and continue
All
here.
Right, so Dan Pfeiffer, word up from snowy Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. Thanks for hosting the party. Wow. That was
a lot of energy there, Levi.
I tried to bring it, And then
Levi, speaking of, really quick, before you get into this, speaking of the energy, can we have a quick word from our sponsors?
For
giving us this
energy. So, want to thank our friends at Pepsi for bringing us some of these great products. I've got some Diet Pepsi here in my cup. I got this Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Major Melon.
That's my new favorite Mountain Dew.
The funnest thing about this, not available in stores yet. We are the first to get this, to talk about it, to drink this, to do all that stuff. I think we're the first in the nation.
Okay, I swear, I'm not just saying that. I actually like that better than any other.
I'm pretty sure we're the first in the nation.
That's tasty.
It's actually delicious. So I took home the full sugar one the other day, and
what was different?
That tasted like a full-on Jolly Rancher.
That was intense.
That was a full-on.
I think the Zero Sugar is good because it doesn't linger longer.
Yeah.
It's like you get all the good taste with none of like the residual. Like, oh no, my teeth are gonna fall out sugariness.
So Augie, however, was super bummed because he wanted to try it, and I was like, no, you can't.
Like if he has to have Iron Brewed, you'd have to think about it for a second first.
I'm going to bring home one of these Zero Sugars for him to try because he was so fascinated that he wanted some of it for himself. And, with his
get him
diabetes,
to like a zero sugar
thing,
maybe?
I think it'll be all right for him. So thank you to our friends at Pepsi for filling up the fridges and bringing us this Major Melon Mountain Dew Zero Sugar to really knock our socks off.
For real, though, I'm a fan. Okay, so we've got
Future Prison saying happy Friday and Friday Eve, TRC crew. Catch you on the repeat. I should probably head to work.
Probably.
Oh, it's Friday for you, man. All right. Carissa says, Alex, Levi gave me the best motorcycle advice. Get bike stands. Motorcycle necessity. Thanks, Carissa, but I think it was actually Anthony.
It probably was Anthony.
No. So, here's the other thing. So, bike stands, fan-freaking-tastic thing, right? If it's your first motorcycle, don't try to put a.
No, I wouldn't. Don't
try to put an Indian up on a stand for your first motorcycle. Don't do that. That's going to be a bad time. Honestly, with anything cruiser size bikes,
kickstand be all right.
No side stand. You don't need to put that thing up. It is so heavy that you'll cause way more damage than what you need to do.
Well,
if it was a street bike, naked bike, those are all fine for stands.
Well, here's what I'll tell you is when I would get bikes in, I did a lot of cruiser bikes. Didn't get a lot of naked bikes or, the bikes like Anthony has.
Lightweight bikes.
I got a lot of cruisers and Harleys and things like that. And one of the biggest things that helped was an actual motorcycle lift.
Oh, okay.
So that's, you can pick those up at Harbor Freight. They're pretty inexpensive.
That's right.
They're a couple $100, but you can get those. And that helps because it lifts the bike up enough, makes it a little easier, a little more comfortable for you to slide around on.
Sure.
And what I used to do was when I'd bring it in and we'd set it on one of those, usually we'd have the customer put it on the lift.
Okay.
That way it wasn't...
it's comfort level for them
comfort level for them and for me, because once it was mounted, it was put in place properly. Then they knew it was secure. And then I just leave the bike on the lift. And then when they got there, we drop it and pull it off.
Hopefully that prevents future issues of did blah.
But we'd wash the bike on there. You'd do a lot of stuff. But for a lot of folks, like my buddy has an Indian Scout, and he brought it into my garage, and we just put it on the kickstand, did an O&R wash, cleaned up everything because it was all matte.
Yeah.
It was all a flat finish, and just washed everything, cleaned it, put some leather conditioner on the bags and some of the spots, put some Optimum car wax on everything, and just kind of wiped the whole bike down, got it looking good, hit it with some metal polish on some of the, some of the metal parts. But very simple, very easy to do in the garage. We're still able to get around the bike, no problem. So easy to do, especially on a bigger bike. So, but just like Anthony said,
good advice.
Be careful with the stand. It's your first time.
So I got Ken here.
Ken saying, hey again, can I apply a wax on top of Bead Maker after it cures? Ken, yeah, you can. I just don't know why you would.
Technically, you just wouldn't.
No real reason.
You really don't need to.
Just put more Bead Maker on top after it cures.
I mean,
all right.
That's the simple
Decon
one.
Detailing saying, what's up, everyone? Hopes everyone's week has been well. Anyone got any details lined up this weekend? I do. I'm trying to find the lady's number so I can give her my address.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, very important. It's a friend of a friend. So we'll see. Not always what I like doing, but hey, need the money, right?
There's a
got my forge. I got an outfit. So Ricky Cologne saying, happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Greetings from an unseasonably hot Puerto Rico in January.
I already assume it's warm.
That does
but
not
if
sound
it's unseasonably hot, that's probably... Yeah. I mean, it's unseasonably warm around here.
Yeah.
And has been for some time now.
Alex saying that it's a 2014 Indian motorcycle. Seems like a big boy. Yep. And then Carissa saying the best recommendation for gloss black trim protection. I put Bead Maker, but maybe a longer lasting product, OptiSteel exterior trim. Yes, Chris, you could do that.
It's so funny you should ask that.
We just have for sale on the website as of right now, Solution Finish over the top plastic sealant.
Brand new and literally exclusive to TRC.
Yeah, there you go. Get yours today. And then we've got Despacho saying late start.
Actually, we started right on time.
We started right on time.
And Ken Jeeper just saying, hey.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And Christopher
Weiss wondering how he can get a shirt like this.
Tell him.
Go to DixonQuality.com, pick yourself up an Outlaw, but they don't have anymore. So you're kind of out of luck.
They do like a version every year, though, don't they?
They do a version. Okay. It's a limited time. You can get it, and then we had the logo embroidered on it.
Yeah,
sent it to
Dixon doesn't do
No, we sent it to our guys. We bought them all, and we sent them to our embroiders and had them put our logo on it. That's what we did. So now we've got our nice...
By work shirt standards, this is probably the most comfortable work shirt I've ever had.
I think we'll be excited.
Really, really nice. All right.
Ian saying... sorry. Yeah. Any suggestions on the best way to clean horse saddles? Currently doing the color lock treatment. Really, that's the best way. So it just depends on learn about how that saddle is made, what type of leather it is, whether it's an aniline or a non-aniline, or if it's painted leather or any of that kind of stuff. That's the appropriate way to clean it. So
if you have any questions about washing horses, you can just reach out to our YouTube channel and watch our miniature horse wash.
Where Anthony attempts to hold on to a mini horse and wash it.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Organica asking, does the rag company have stock options? Geez, I wish.
We're a private company. We're not publicly traded or anything. So
how much fun would that be when we do go public?
That'd be madness. Well, I will say I enjoyed this though. Oh, sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think that there will necessarily be stock options. It's just who owns the most amount of towels will it'll convert to stock is what it is.
Well, Jeff has been clearing out his office and his collection of towels.
Okay, but it's on a weighted scale. The weighted scale has how many of the older ones do you have? So the older weighs a percentage in your favor.
Yes. Yeah.
So you kind of got to work
towels.
that. Timeline towels. Yeah. No, I was going to point out
more of the company. Yeah.
I love when somebody does like the mashup of the letters and stuff on our name where it's a tag company. I get the Rag Company.
I like
a
the
lot,
Rage
which cracks
Company.
me up whenever all kinds of fun combinations, but it's just fun to see. All right, next up, we've got Umberto.
Umberto saying, hello, TRC team. Hope you're doing well. Greetings from Puerto Rico. It's 82 and sunny. That is pretty warm for January.
That is. Wow.
That is.
Ken here.
I just learned Beadmaker has a small amount of SiO2 in it. We've been lied to all along.
Brother. No. I'm going to tell you right now.
Just about everything that you have in your house has an SiO2 in it.
This is one of those things when people latch onto a term and they hear
True.
When something is sold as an SiO2 product.
It goes back to infusion.
Because we have told people for the longest time, technically speaking, as far as any amounts are concerned that would cause any kind of whatever, SiO2 is non-factor
so here's the deal.
bead maker, except for the chemistry process that leads to it being made.
So when a product says it's got SiO2 in it, it usually has to reach a certain amount of percentage of SiO2
before it can be counted as, we list that
SiO2
as a part,
main
an
ingredient.
Yeah.
Bead maker is below that.
Right.
That's why we don't say, and that's why
technically
PNS doesn't
say have it in it, even though
it's an SiO2.
If you really want to be a pedantic person about it, yes, it does.
Yeah.
But as far as like detailers are concerned, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's not an SiO2
It's not
product.
enough. Yeah.
So that's why we say what we say.
Ryan Suderman saying, hey guys, currently prepping a 62 Impala for Gtechnic C1 and EXO. And have your stream cast to the shop TV. Thanks for the entertainment and information. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, there we go. We got Chris and Ashley are back.
They are. Can we hear them this time? Chris?
Yeah, actually I can.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We can hear you guys.
We can hear Ashley. We can hear Chris. Sounds good.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I had things to do. I can't just jump right in and quit what I'm doing to do a podcast.
Busy guy.
Unbelievable.
Things to do. I got it.
Sorry,
we appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy day
Yeah,
to
so-
do this with us.
Yeah, so we're on a little bitty screen, all tucked in, with earpods, trying to do this. So anyway, I apologize,
Has
guys.
nothing to do with his age.
Yeah.
That's all.
No. We appreciate you guys being here, though, and weighing in. And obviously, there's some things you can tell us about the product that go beyond what we're able to talk about it with. So, if you wouldn't mind, before I get to some more of these questions, could you talk a little bit about where the idea came for the plastic sealer, kind of the development process? Talk a little bit
over
about
the top.
that.
Yeah.
Well, it really was an idea that came about when everybody was putting ceramic coatings and sealants and 303s and different things over the top of solution finish.
Sure.
In order for it to give it durability, a little bit more protection. And the problem with that is that I found that once you put the ceramic coating over the top of solution finish, you have forever locked out solution finish's ability to ever absorb back into the part being treated. So once the ceramic coating goes bad, and it will, when it oxidizes, you can't put anything over the top of it. So I tried to figure out a way that I could have a sealant or some kind of sealer that can go over the top of solution finish, but you'd be able to put solution finish back over the top of that. So that's the name over the top.
Yeah.
It took a couple years because I found really good sealants and good ways to my additives were all working. The formula was going good, the ingredients, but it either didn't last or it washed off, or it was just 2 years worth of really pretty frustrating experiments. And then, but once I got zeroed in on it, I just knew that if somebody had either a maintenance oil or a sealant that goes over the solution finish, it would be a superstar, and I think it's a game changer personally. It's not designed to last for, a year, 8 months, a year, because if you get it too strong, it stays on there and you won't be able to put solution finish to bond back over the top of it. It gives it a nice little sheen. And that's the second part of it. Solution finish is a matte finish. So if somebody wants a sheen on top of solution finish, they can accomplish that, or they can put over the top on brand new plastic and give it UV protection and protect new plastic.
And that's really like one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't think about, because that's what does the damage to your plastics is the UV.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And people don't realize that plastic itself doesn't oxidize. Pure plastic doesn't oxidize. It's the impurities and the additives that the manufacturers put in it that break up, start creating that chalky deep pores into the plastic. So the cheaper the plastic, the more additives, and the faster it oxidizes. You can get into the real chemistry part of it, but like silicone itself, when you put silicone on plastic, as it's evaporating, it creates a hydroperoxide gas, which actually accelerates the oxidation process. So what the sealant is, over the top has in it, it's antioxidants and light stabilizers that gives it actually UV protection. And what that protection is, it prevents the gas from forming. And it's been pretty successful in my experiments. And after 2 years, we finally decided to kick it off and give it to the general public.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that's awesome. And I think that's kind of the crazy thing, because, detailing for as long as I have, it is funny when you get a different type of plastic from a different type of manufacturer from a different car. It may not have, like you say, it's not as grayed out or lost its color, where other cars that maybe that same year, or even newer cars that are maybe only a couple years old, have already started that oxidation process in the plastics.
That's exactly right. So a BMW or a Mercedes, it takes a lot longer for it to oxidize because it's better plastic. A Saturn, let's say, goes bad in 8 months to a year. It starts turning gray. But an interesting fact is, the avalanches, of course, is my poster child for the product, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because it has so much plastic on it. Is the plastic that's on an avalanche comes from 6 different manufacturers.
Oh.
The tonneau cover is different than the cab extension and the running boards and the tonneau cover and the back cap. It's all different manufacturers. So that's why when you look at an avalanche, you see various stages of oxidation, and it's only because of the type of plastic. That back cap is very, very a very pure plastic. That's why everything else will turn gray, and the last back cap takes forever for it to start oxidizing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That does.
I never knew that.
That's why I like.
No, but you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it does. The cab extensions, the Bisco's extensions behind the window, that goes bad really fast. The cowl goes bad fast. So that's the fun part for me, because it's different type of plastics, and if I can get Sushi Finish to work on all of them like it does, then you're a success.
Awesome.
No, that is great.
Yeah.
And having something consistent amongst all of them, not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. So let's go into some of these little questions just to see what we got here. A lot of them are just comments, but Hans Klosen, who you guys both signed a bottle and sent it to the Netherlands for him, is saying, whoop, whoop, well, hello, TRC. So,
he's very
hello,
excited.
Hans.
I got it.
Yeah. He was very excited when he did get it. So and then John Hull, who is Clean and Shiny UK, saying hello, hello, hello.
Love him. Hey, actually, I got to talk to him. I got 3 boxes for him.
Nice.
And it's come back, and UPS isn't accepting his address. So, brother, send me an email and make sure I got the address right and that we're on the same page, because your product's right here, and I can't wait to get it to you.
There you go.
I'm sure he can't wait either.
That's really funny. Yeah.
All right. So we got Alex here just saying, thanks, Anthony.
Oh, he says, thanks, Anthony.
Yep.
This is why I tuned into all the Q&As.
Nice.
I got you.
To see you at home hanging out.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Aaron's here, classic Aaron.
Just saying, what drying size should I need for a mid-size SUV or minivan? The Gauntlet drying towel, 1524, 20 by 30 or 30 by 6. Is a 30 by 36 too big for a compact sedan like a Corolla? Aaron, the towel basically is the choice of whatever you want to do. A lot of people, like, Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage, likes using 2 towels, 2 15 by 24s. Sometimes the 30 by 36 works on some of, I use it because of my Suburban.
Yeah.
I just like having a bigger towel.
A lot of surface area.
Yeah, but I also have the 15 by 24 size because on like my smaller car, it's much easier to just grab 2 of those and dry the car down.
Yeah.
I know Anthony's kind of the same way. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If you're going wild with the towel like me, you want a smaller towel because you don't want to drag it on the ground. So I go like double twisters.
Yeah, I like it.
Call
There you go.
day. Yeah.
So David Tillot saying hi from Sydney, Australia. Just ordered my second bottle of Rags to Riches. What an awesome product. Congratulations, TRC and PNS.
Excellent.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Despacho saying how to polish carbon fiber or just clear coat them. Despacho, it depends on the carbon fiber. If it already has a clear on it, you can polish it. If it is raw carbon, you're kind of out of luck. So you don't polish raw carbon.
That won't do anything.
No. So, and then Hans says, yay, Santa's back.
That was in our earlier.
He's just happy that you're back online here. And then Ricardo B saying, hey guys, I just picked up Solution Finish over the top. Can this be used on the plastic engine covers and other plastic parts around the engine? Have you guys tried it under engine plastics, Chris?
We tried it on everything. It's Solution Finish. They use it in the engine bays because it's non-flammable and it bonds really good, and the heat doesn't bother it. As far as longevity, I don't have enough data to really answer that question. I would put it on anything that you put Solution Finish on. I would put over the top on as well.
Okay.
Yeah, simple and straightforward. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But that gives me an idea. I'm thinking, okay, now I'm going to go out and, and do
right?
and then get it real hot and just see how it works. But it's non-flammable as well. So anything that goes Solution Finish goes on over the top is designed to go over the top of it.
Yeah. There you go. Dig it.
All right. Then we got Alkaline Topad here. Dane mentioned working out. What's y'all's workout plan for the UK Cut 2.0? Chris, it's okay. If you don't want to be part of our workout plan, we understand. But
so, Chris, we just on Facebook, we just launched what we've entered. We call our UK Cut. It's basically our own weight loss program for the 3 of us to shed some pounds. And we've got Nick and Gabe, our guys in the studio, that are helping us do this as well, as long as many of our friends around the country. But for the next 12 weeks, we're in our own little weight loss competition. Yeah. So, Dane, I think Dan's asking, what's your plan going to be? What are you doing?
Eat healthier, minimal exercise.
Okay.
Because I'll be lazy about it. I want to see what happens, but I'm going to minimize the actual physical exertion.
There you go. And Anthony, you stole your wife's Peloton bike.
Yeah, that was a good start.
Yeah. So what's been great is I stole her bike, and I've been racing online against other people
on
under
the bike
her profile. So people think that I'm a girl, right? Named Katie, right? And I'm just kicking ass, and I am just literally wrecking people. And people are like, man, this chick is like, she's like high powered, and I'm just like high-fiving these people on the thing, right?
On the button,
and I'm just wrecking these other women. Like, these women are in their 40s, and I'm making them feel horrible because I am just pumping those pedals.
You could easily create your own profile.
I should note.
No, I don't want to.
Anthony,
it's more fun like this.
Sent a video of him riding his Peloton, like calling out people as he rode by them to us last night in our little group text. We're like, my God, what are you doing? It's like, what was it, like midnight or 11
He's riding
p.m. or something?
Dane, Utah.
Like, shame people at all hours of night. I don't care. I'll really call them out. So
there's no wrong time to do it.
I've been doing a lot of that. And then I'm eating healthy, and I'm also playing a lot of racing simulator, right? So between my forearms and my legs, things are going pretty good for me right now.
Nice. Well, we've got
Levi, and what are you doing?
Well, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of weights, doing a little more calisthenics,
right?
And just trying to eat a little healthier. I'm building a forge, Chris.
Hey, when I gain weight, I got to the point where I was about 10 pounds overweight. All I did was started a program of walking 5 miles every single day. It doesn't matter if I get home at 11. Doesn't matter what time I close down the shop. I would walk 5 miles a day and just watch what I was eating.
Yeah.
But I'm really not changing my eating habits much, just not stuffing myself. And it's amazing how fast I lost those 10 pounds just walking. I mean,
Yeah.
just straight walking. It was no weights, no nothing. And people always say, do I lift weights? I go, why would I lift weights? I lift stuff all day long. The last thing I'm going to do is
go home and lift more stuff.
Lift some more stuff.
Well, and you used to be a carpenter. You were a finish carpenter back in the day, right?
A framing contractor.
Framing contractor, yeah. So you're
concrete.
so you're still hucking boards and bags of concrete and all that stuff. So swinging a hammer.
In the day, I was a badass. Yeah, now I'm old. So.
That's okay. People dig the beard. You're good.
That's
man.
right.
You're good. I was told we actually have, for the sake of showing it, a representation of a 50-50 on some WeatherTech floor mats using
we use Solution Finish Fusion Gray. So
oh really?
So we cleaned up some WeatherTech gray mats that were in Nate, our graphic designer's truck. We cleaned and scrubbed them and then put Fusion Gray on them once they were done and cleaned, and they looked phenomenal. It really brought them back. Wow. And I know that Sydney, who works for PNS and I Wash Auto Detail, she's been using them on the black WeatherTech. She's been using the Solution Finish on the black to get them back to new. And so just another reason, to be able to use Solution Finish products.
Yeah. Well, and Nate uses that truck.
I would like to see somebody jump in and put over the top on those mats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we did. We did put over the top on that one. That's what they're saying. Yeah. So, we did do over the top on one of them. Only on one, just because we wanted to make sure that it didn't get slippery.
You want to knock it down with a towel. You want to knock it down a little bit with a towel, because otherwise it feels a little slick still.
What I'm most curious to see with that is the longevity with feet rubbing them on all the time, like walking on them, standing on them. It's different than like on a bumper or something where it doesn't get touched as much. It's mostly sun damage and things you have to worry about. But on a mat, it's different.
Yeah, with no silicone and the Solution Finish, it never, you can put on the step bumpers and the running boards, and it won't be slick at all. But at the same time, you do get a little sheen with the over the top, so I could see that might make it a little slick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll be curious to see how it holds up in that kind of situation.
Yep.
Because that's the first we tried it that way. But I've got a few more comments here. If you don't mind, we'll go ahead and keep
power
going through
some of these.
I know we have a lot of Solution Finish ones coming up here too, so don't worry.
Hans asking, Dane, did you get a new shirt?
Yes. We both have the same shirt today.
We do. Yeah. All right. Who else we got here?
Oh, looks like...
Go back a page.
There we go. Okay. We had a bunch of people commenting on the Mountain Dew you had.
Yeah, they all want the Mountain Dew. There you go.
Lars was here, and then he dipped.
Lars from Color Lock saying ciao, everyone.
Thank you. Oh, it's all right. We got a canine here.
Shop dog, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have shop dog.
Yeah.
Umberto's the next one saying, dang, I love watermelon. Would love to try that Diet Watermelon Mountain Dew. You're just going to have to wait a couple weeks. We're the only ones that get to have it right now.
Apparently so.
Ricky Cologne, man, tried panel wipe for the first time. It's my new favorite prep product, but oh, Lord, the smell.
It's intense.
Yeah. But that's what I used on the video. I wiped the plastics down with Gtechnic's panel wipe before I put on Solution Finish.
That guaranteed a clean surface.
Delphine saying, hi, everyone. Frankly, as a beginner, is a 15mm DA safer than a 21mm, or is it just BS? Delphine, really the reality is the 15 is much smaller and easier to use rather than a 21. Hence, for someone just starting out with a polisher, that's why
it's more nimble.
Yeah, a little more nimble. And it's got a greater variety of uses, I should say. So
then we got Phil here.
Phil saying, Gtechnic tar and glue remover. Can I spray this all over the car? Yeah, you could. I just kind of worry about that. So I try not to spray my tar and glue removers, any of the tar and glue removers, doesn't matter who they're from, on an entire vehicle.
Usually it's more strategic. You like spot
it's usually only where
areas.
There is tar. Now, if you've got tar all over the vehicle, put it on. I'd spray it on like a hood and work the hood. And then
don't spray the whole car and then work your way around. By the time you get to some parts,
do a panel at a time. Ooh. Yeah. So Ashley, how was your birthday? Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Happy.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. It was another day.
Yeah.
Dad gave me the day off, though. I
Hey.
that's
have
nice.
the day off.
That's nice.
There we go.
She just had COVID.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Well, glad
Yeah,
you
she got
recovered.
Yeah, it was like to her, it was like a 4-day bad hangover. That's about it. You know,
Well, that's fortunate, I
my
suppose, if you're going to get
and
it.
my 16-year-old son just got it too, and 4 days, and he fever broke, and he's back to normal. So
Well,
I
that's
don't know
good,
why I
too.
haven't gotten it, but I'll
That's
be on
good.
a friggin' respirator in the
Probably the
hospital,
solution finish, honestly.
Yeah,
You know.
knock on some wood. If you got some nearby, go knock on it now.
Yeah.
But
I know.
yeah. Then I've got, I got Delphine here on the screen
Delphine saying also, what's your take on pads for rotaries, pads for DAs? Is it really a no-go to mix them up? I guess rotaries just produce more heat. False. DA actually produces more heat. Pads for the various tools, Delphine, send me an email, levi@theragcompany.com. That's kind of a long one. So.
All right. And we got alkaline toe pad here.
Coworker is asking about removing the smoke smell from his used car. Recommended ozone. What's the good advice? Anything else I should suggest? No. Well, detail the interior, clean it, make sure it's shampooed properly, and then do an ozone. It'll last longer and it'll work. All right. Ed Iverson
Hey, Ed.
saying, hello, gents. Which glass cleaner is your go-to now? Gtechnic or Koch? Do the season's weather determine your preference? I really like the Koch glass cleaner. I really like that stuff. And season's weather determine your preference? Not really. It's just whatever I've got.
It's like what day of the week is it?
Yeah, I really
bounce
like.
all around.
So I love the Wowo's glass cleaner.
Yeah, no, I love that one too.
That was my go-to for the longest. So now I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to go with the Koch because that's
Gotta
my
find
next new favorite
next best
one.
option.
Well, I would
Now-
say the main difference there, Levi. So
Yes.
the Koch glass cleaner leaves I would say a slicker. It has more glide to it. So I'd say
It
there's
does
some
have
type of
more
extra
glide.
lubricant that they've added to it. I don't know what it is. I haven't been able to kind of figure it out yet. It's not like a protection style of lubricant, but it's just a really slick feeling. It's just a really slick feeling wipe off. And so typically with even our grabbiest microfiber towels that we have, like our really short nap glass towels, like our blue glass and green glass, you'll get a lot of grab. But yesterday, for example, we were testing out a new prototype of our new Korean glass, our blue one, and the wipe off was so freaking slick, and it with that glass cleaner. And so, but both are fantastic. Seriously, I'd say that both are a step above any store bought glass cleaner that you'll ever come across. Whether it's McGuire's or whether it's Turtle Wax or whatever it is, I think that these two glass cleaners are extremely high quality.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I've got Delphine here.
Saying I couldn't find a video on how to correct scratches on alloy wheels without painting again. Mine are probably painted or clear coated. Can I simply try it with my KC polishes like any scratch on paint? Yeah, you can. Feel free, Delphine. Just remember that sometimes the clear coat is very different from standard automotive clear coat, especially when it comes in terms of powder coat. Powder coat clear is a very different process, and it's much harder. So you may find that sometimes they might not even work. So if you're trying to get out little scratches. In fact, that's what I was doing right before I came here.
It actually was.
I was at a powder coating shop watching a dude powder coat the wheels to our Subaru
How
project.
was that, by the way?
No,
Pretty
you
cool.
were not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
didn't
was.
do that.
I was. Yeah, I
no
was watching
way.
him do it. Yep.
What was so? Okay, then the question is if you were really there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you were really there, how did he actually get the powder to stick to the wheel?
Well, he had to put him in the
Explain
oven.
that.
He put him in the oven first, and then he pulled him out. And while they were hanging, he had his gun that had the positive charge thing on it. And then while the wheel's hot, spraying the powder, it's attaching itself to the wheel, and it's
Got
sticking.
it.
Huh.
Okay.
It
So
was pretty
I
sweet.
guess
Then
that
he put him back
I
in the
guess you
oven.
were there, Levi.
I was
I guess
there.
you're not full of crap.
No.
Wow,
no.
amazing.
Telling the truth.
Nice.
All right. Hans Closen says that he does solution finish and OptiSeal over it.
Well, now I'm going to
that's-
tell you
That works well too.
that works, but over the top is where it's
Absolutely.
at
But
now.
over the top is where it's at, buddy. What do we got?
Let's go back a page.
Lono,
I think I got moved. Oh, that is the
Yeah,
last
that was
one.
it. You were on the right one.
right.
So Lono saying, "Hey guys from Mountain Home, what's up, dude? How are you?"
Howdy, howdy.
And then Hans saying, will the new TRC shirts be sold? These ones? No, Hans.
These are ones we got for ourselves.
That's the beauty of it. These are not new shirts. These are shirts we made ourselves.
Yeah.
And we had to time it just right when Dixon Flannel had made the Black Outlaws.
They're not TRC
Hans, I'll sell you mine. $500.
Don't say that. He'll actually buy it.
He'll probably actually try to buy it.
Hans is the kind of guy to actually
But the funny thing is, I don't think yours would fit Hans.
Okay.
It's a large. Hans is a lengthy guy. Have you seen him?
He's a lengthy guy.
He's a lengthy guy. Yeah.
I have seen him. We've been with him.
He's like a dragon. He's like a long dragon.
I think you'll like that.
Oh boy!
All right, Babatage.
Yeah, there we go.
Whoa, Rag Company doing Q&A. I've been looking at your rags, but haven't pulled the trigger yet. But where are the rags made, and where do you source materials from, Baba?
Talk about it.
Wow, Baba.
Yeah.
We have a factory in China and a factory in South Korea. All of our yarn is South Korean, and it's all AA grade. And we ship our yarn to our Korean factory and to our our South Korean factory, so that the same yarn is used in both factories for our towels.
That way it guarantees some sort of consistency.
Yep, exactly. So there you go. Yep. And then
That's
Ken
very
Jeeper. Cool. Yep, exactly what Rennie said on his podcast.
About the SiO2 thing.
Oh, about the SiO2 thing, yeah, okay. Then Hans saying, yay, Chris and Ashley, thanks again for my signed bottle, guys. I really loved it.
Oh,
so
that's nice. I appreciate it.
Hans is a really good guy.
Yeah,
we really like him.
He's a great guy.
Anthony's BDE supply store offering a good topic, good info.
Thanks.
Dino, our friend in Europe, saying, hello guys, how you doing? I'm enjoying winter weather here in Austria. I haven't washed my car in weeks. I can't even look at it.
Oh.
Over the weekend, I went on a hike. Snow was at 1.5 meters.
Okay, that's
wow.
some snow.
That's some snow.
That's some snow.
And negative 12, negative 13 degrees centigrade.
Celsius, yeah.
Or Celsius. So really, really cold there in Austria. And Ken Jeeper, Chris looks like he should be making duck whistles.
I'm sure he could.
Thanks, Ken.
I'm sure he could.
I hear it all.
You know what? Okay. You're you, and that's all that matters. We got Despacho here. Okay,
yeah, he's just commenting to Ricky.
And Connor.
Someone said they're going to be buying ranch stock in the Tihan Ranch Company, which is TRC instead of the Rag Company.
Oh,
well, no, they found out they've been doing the opposite.
They're on the NASDAQ figuring out our trade numbers. So
yeah.
Well, we got Todd White here.
Saying,
Todd White
Chris.
says, thanks, Chris. I finally used the sample you had sent me 2 years ago on a 2011 Avalanche. What a difference one coat made. Definitely going to buy over the top. Man, so yeah, crazy.
Yeah, sample from 2 years ago.
Avalanche owners, there's the before and after solution finish.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just surprised that a sample would work after 2 years, but solution finish surprises me every day. A guy just sent me a picture of his wrought iron fence all around his pool. He just said, I used to use a little weenie roller because I just put solution finish on it and it sucked in and it looks great and all the oxidation is gone and I didn't have to spend 5 days with a weenie roller and enamel, whatever.
On wrought iron.
Guy sends me a picture of his barbecue, how it gets that lime on it, so people use it for their boots, for their wrought iron fences, their barbecues, and I'm always amazed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's for your trim on your car.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, Skeeter Hollow is asking, can this be used on headlights and taillights?
Oh, that was a good one.
Using over the top on headlights, and we had this question on our on the video as well.
He assumes probably because plastic.
Yeah, because it's plastic. He's wondering if you could use over the top on the headlights to help as UV protection, or is it only on the textured plastic?
No,
I would say textured. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. It puts on a clear, dry film, right? And it has those ingredients in it. So whatever oxidizes, this will give it like sunscreen for your plastic. So,
right.
In my head, I think of rubber, vinyl, and plastic. And maybe I should spend some time on
Polycarbonate.
Yeah, poly.
that kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
So
That was my only wonder, is that since it's polycarbonate, I didn't know how well, because it's polycarbonate on the actual lens itself, but over the top of the polycarbonate is a clear coat.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to talk about it in a way that you can use this on anything. I don't want to go there. I don't want to overhype what you can do with it. So, great question.
It's a worthwhile experiment.
It is. It absolutely is. A guy was asking me, well, can I put it on my window? Can I put it on? So. I like the question. I'm going to give that a shot. So now I got engine bays and headlights.
This Q&A is working already. There we go.
Yeah, no, I love this. I watch your shows before, and it's kind of fun to be a part of it. I appreciate the offer.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Chris. So thank you for giving us
I was
your
only
time.
an hour late.
You know what? Better late than never.
All right. So Detail Dude saying, I'm doing a correction on black non-metallic 2019 Audi Q5 this weekend. Do you think I can achieve the same amount of cut as with Uno Protect as I would with DA Fine just to speed things up and seal? Yeah, you could. The difference is the Uno Protect is going to have, a little bit of is going to have protection where DA Fine isn't. So just note that it is an all-in-one, and you're going to be adding a sealant. So if you're going to be coating it or do anything else, do not use Uno Protect. Use DA Fine. But if you just need to do a quick polish, knock it out. So and then Laser Mob saying Is it better to apply PNS Brake Buster on a dry tire or wet rinsed off tire? Whatever floats your boat, man. Seriously, Laser Mob.
It seems to work either way. We've done both.
Key is agitation.
Yes.
Dino saying, does anyone know where I can get Solution Finish in the EU?
Oh.
Well, John Hole carries it at Clean and Shiny UK, and he ships all over Europe. Who else has it? Does... in Europe, Chris?
I don't know.
I'm sure there are some.
Yeah, there is. And it seems to change quite a bit, Yeah. There's a company called Saber's Choice, and they buy a lot from me, and they're all over the UK, so I'm really hoping, I don't mind saying, work with Rag Company a little more diligently, and getting in some places that I may not know about, So, that's my goal.
There we go.
No, that's great.
Well, so for right now, you guys can pick it up from Clean and Shiny UK.
Yes.
And they ship all over Europe. So not only the UK, but also Europe. So you can get it from John there. So Rectangle saying, what's up, guys? Finally have some time off my busy schedule to check into the Q&A live. Thank you, man. It's good to see you. And then Hans, I restored a few rubber Ford Focus mats with Solution Finish. Worked every time. Customers were shocked and thought I bought them a new one. Haha.
Nice.
That's true. Good work.
I love that.
And then Despacho saying, can Solution Finish be used on floppy rubber floor mats or just harder plastic surfaces? Both. There you go.
There's your answer.
Yeah. Shoemaker saying, sorry if I missed this. How long do you have to wait to apply over the top on fresh Solution Finish, Chris?
I have tried letting it cure for 4 to 6 hours in, let's say, room temperature, and I've also put solution over the top, right over freshly applied Solution Finish, and I've got to admit there's no real difference at all. If you apply Solution Finish and thoroughly buff off the excess surface oil, as per the instructions, what I would do is I'd take a paper towel, just dust it, get that last little remnants of the modified carbon off of the surface, and you'll be able to put over the top, right over it. I prefer to let it dry, but I got to tell you, I don't see any real big difference between doing one right after the other.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So-
this is
Go ahead, Dane.
definitely. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say it's break time.
Yes, that is
So,
what I was going to say.
Chris and Ashley, here's the deal. We're going to go for about 4 minutes. We're just going to go to commercials, and that's going to play. So if you guys need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
But don't change your settings.
Yeah, don't
Whatever you're
change
doing
your
right now,
settings.
it's
Leave leave your phone.
Don't move.
And then we're going to do the same thing, and then we'll be back in about
Yes.
4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and there we go.
So
and we'll
check out
continue
what-
the story.
Awesome.
Yeah. So check out what we
Oh,
had
I'm
to
not
say
too-
in these messages.
I'm not moving.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Hey guys, Anthony with the Rad Company, and have you checked out our Instagram? You haven't? You have. I'm not really sure, but it is arguably the most entertaining Instagram page of all time. It's hilarious. There's tons of cool towel posts and detailing products, and I'm not really selling this, am I? Not really? Okay, well, it's a really cool page where we post a ton of sale content as well as cool pictures of new products and new releases and kind of everything we do there. And we also host the Grand Ambassador program on there as well, which is our take on a sponsorship. Now, to learn more about the Grand Ambassador program, just check out the link down below in the description, and it'll take you to one of the main pages that kind of talks about the program and what we do, but is ultimately our take on a sponsorship. And we've had plenty of Grand Ambassadors watching this show with you right now. So you can check out our Instagram in the links below. Make sure to check it out. Give us a follow. I think that you're really going to like it.
Hello, and welcome to a promo for our new series called Satisfying Saturdays. Now, what are Satisfying Saturdays? Well, I'll tell you. They're a little bit of audio, a little bit of video, put together in a satisfying combination while we do some sort of detailing on the side there, you could say. It's ASMR adjacent, so it's not going to be perfect ASMR, but it's mostly just going to be sounds of brushes and foam and water and detailing products. Just a very satisfying combination of all the things you love about detailing without any of the, noise that you don't want to have in there, right?
That didn't sound good.
Something you can just relax to, put on in the background. I don't care how you watch it, I just care that you watch it. So, that's really all there is to say about it. Check it out, I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey guys, Levi with the Rad Company. Have you ever wondered what it takes to turn a car from a 0 to a hero? Have you ever wondered, can you buy a car and fix it back up and then resell it for a lot more money? Well, if those are the questions you've been asking, have I got the show for you. That's right. We here at the Rad Company bought ourselves a project car, and over the course of the next year, we're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff to it. We're going to be polishing it. We're going to be cleaning it. We're going to be putting new parts on it, fixing the wheels, fixing the interior, fixing the dings, fixing the dents, fixing the clear coat, all that stuff. We're going to even be cleaning the windows. Can you believe it? And we are going to be finding lots of fun parts to put on, kind of personalize it, and make it our own. That's right. It's TRC Rex. That's what we've been calling it, and it's a pretty rad little car. And we're hoping to turn it from a 0 into a hero.
Hi guys, so that was fun. Little cropped in, little tight on a couple of those ads.
Wear the Rag Company Columbia collab jacket.
Yes, it was
that
good.
Anthony
it was
and
good
I did with
preview
Columbia
showcase
back in the
for that
day.
jacket, and for my puffy jacket that I've gotten a few comments on, Michelin jacket of some sort.
Yes.
So there's that. But you know what? It's okay. When you export 1080 4K, things get a little screwy.
Well,
it's all right.
You know,
Happens
we
sometimes.
didn't know about it when
No.
we did it, so it's all right. Hey, there's the puppy dog.
puppers. Okay. So we got golden retrievers in the feed now.
Well, you guys get to see Anthony's dog.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
that's
need your
fun.
makeup?
All right.
All right, we got Chris back. I can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him.
I can't see him, but I can certainly hear him.
Well, we got
There he
let's
There
keep
he is.
going on some topics here. So Dino saying, Hans, any tips where I can get solution finish in the EU?
Oh.
Dino, like I said, reach out to John Hole. Hans also says polish web and car care in the Netherlands.
Oh, good.
That's another
Helpful.
one. So perfect for those two. Alkaline saying, Anthony, hopefully all day Katie doesn't steal the Evo.
Good thing.
That would be pretty funny.
Well, she would have to learn how to start it first, but I mean, yeah, hopefully she doesn't.
Oof. Okay.
And
then we got Ricky.
Ricky saying, crap, I forgot to upload the weigh-in video, but I haven't had a drink since Sunday. I've been eating well, no candy or soda, but doing a correction and coating in this heat helped me shed 5 pounds already.
He just sweated out.
That's true. When I used to detail cars in my shop in the summertime, it'd be like 100 degrees, maybe like 110 sometimes in our shops. Matt and I would drink a copious amount of water, and we would sweat like we were in ourselves, had our own little sauna. And my wife always wondered why when I came home I never wanted to go outside. I just wanted to sit in the air conditioning. She's like, you don't want to get wet? You don't want to get in the... I was like, I've been wet all day, and I've been in a sauna all day. Like, I'm going to sit here in the cold.
Yep.
It feels good. So... All right.
Shed it that way. Okay.
Rob B saying, hey guys, new to car detailing, noticing light hazing on the headlights. Can you recommend a restoration kit? Honestly, Rob, you can just polish out those headlights if they're very light. Just get a random compound and polish and clean those up. Or you can pick up like, I think McGuire's has a little headlight restoration kit you can buy if you go to your local parts store.
Disc
things like that. But yeah, mostly just polish them. But you can check out our YouTube channel. We've got some videos on how to restore headlights.
We have like an older, very thorough one, and then we have a good one that has Anthony and Morgan working the headlights of an Accord.
Yep.
And they PPF them, which is actually a novel concept. I hadn't considered it before, but once I saw how you guys did it, it made perfect sense.
Yep.
And I would suggest taking that route.
So take a look at those. And then K&M saying, Dane, I'd like to publicly apologize for my comments on the last Q&A. You look great. UK cut.
Aw.
That's
Thanks.
very nice. All right. Karen Patel says, will TRC ever be releasing a wheel mitt? Also, do you guys have any preferences for this? Kieran, we've been talking about it. We've tossed it around. We've had some different, prototypes that we've come up with and played with, but we just really haven't figured out exactly if we make one, if we want to do one. It's one of those things. We all got to be on board with it, and not all of us are ever on board with it.
Yeah,
so.
and just because you don't see us doing or using something doesn't mean we don't have things working in the background.
That's true.
That goes for anything.
Yeah,
so
we always got lots of stuff going.
Scott
Scott Matern. Good afternoon, everyone. What's the shelf life of an open bottle of solution finish?
Chris.
Shelf life of an open bottle.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. If we just had a guy use a sample bottle after 2 years, which is amazing to me. I have a bottle on my shelf that is from 2011, and if you vigorously shake it up, and I mean vigorously, break up any of the carbon that might have settled to the bottom, it's just as potent as it was when it was first made. The problem is, if you leave a bottle of solution finish on a shelf for months, eventually the modified carbon will sink to the bottom, and you'll get a top of oil. So if you have a real old bottle, what I would suggest is put a stick in it, make sure there's nothing on the bottom. But because I have to say something, I try to say 3 years maximum. That way I can sell more bottles.
And make sure that there's a lid on it.
Yeah.
Well, make sure there's a lid, and I also say to try to watch out for the temperature too, because I feel like in the extreme temperatures that some garages can get to, right, and when it's extremely cold or extremely hot, I feel like that could also kind of cause the issues of the carbon settling, sooner, or the oil at the top to happen faster. And so in our studio, we've had bottles last forever, but in my garage, I've had it to where I've had small sample bottles that will start to kind of, I want to, I guess coagulate, I guess is the right word. But I mean, if I give it a vigorous enough shake, I can kind of break some stuff up. But at that point, if I've had that bottle for a year and a half, I say I'm just going to grab a new sample bottle. That makes the most sense to me.
Last year and a half ago, I put in steel ball bearings in each bottle as a shaker ball, just like a rattle can, to help beat that carbon up a little bit and help in the mixing process. But I just put a serious down payment on a machine that is a new type of milling machine, which will how can you say it, emulsify the oil and the carbon a little better to prevent this sealing. I mill the carbon 4 times so that the carbon itself is smaller than a virus, but I'm still finding that some of the new additives that I put in for UV protection is separating. So I'm hoping to eliminate that whole problem with the expensive machine, but that won't be until probably January, February, probably not until March or April before I get that online. But I think that's going to be make a real difference on how it settles by milling it and emulsifying it better.
That's cool.
Sure.
It's the additives that I put into it that is starting to rise to the top, not the actual carbon and the oil penetrating oils. So it's always a process. Solution Finish is on its 3rd generation of formalization since I started. I'm always trying to make it better, work on it. I don't say, new and improved. This is try this. This is a different formula. I just try to make it better and stay ahead of the competition.
Yeah. There you go.
Absolutely.
And we've got
Nick Sessman saying best method or products on getting tar off of wheels while still on the vehicle. A tar and glue remover. Probably going to be your best way. Next after that would be using something like, I always like using lacquer thinner.
Of course.
So,
of course
hey, Chris.
what's new?
Lacquer thinner's my jam. So, Delphine saying, hi, Chris. Any tip about how to apply and wipe off Solution Finish on an intricate honeycomb grill? It took me days. How long do you have to wait before using an APC or an iron remover around that restored trim?
Oh my gosh! Some of the guys, some of the pros, they take the little cup sprayer and they just mist it and get in between the grills and the window cowls, that type of thing. But what I do is I use the little foam brushes, put it in, and then use a clean foam brush and try to get the remnants, the surface oil off of it. But it's time consuming, and there's no real easy way to do it.
I'm just imagining
it's just time consuming.
Going to your facility, finding a 55-gallon drum with the freshly removed grill and just dipping it in there and then getting it back out. And that is the finished product. That's the only easy way I can think of.
Yeah.
And then 2 eagles.
Well,
on either side.
I've got the drums. She's welcome.
There you go.
There you go, Delphine. And then after applying it, when's the best to use an APC or an iron remover? How long do you want Solution Finish to fully cure on the plastics before spraying it with like a harsh chemical or something like that?
Prior to getting it wet, it's 6 to 8 hours. Again, it depends on the weather, but room temperature, meaning it's around 70 degrees, 6 to 8 hours, and you kind of adjust it accordingly. But the most important thing is always is to thoroughly buff off the surface. So that adds, that aids in its curing process. But if a lot of the guys, I'll tell them, what I like to see is you wash your car thoroughly, wax it, do what you're going to do to it one day, the next day do all the trim with Solution Finish so you don't get it wet. And it seems to be the best process. But I know a lot of guys that wash their car, they wipe off the plastic, and they immediately put on Solution Finish and with no issues. It's getting it wet afterwards. It doesn't wash off, and it doesn't streak down your paint. But what it does is it will get the little water spots on it that nobody likes.
Yeah. That makes sense. So at least 6 to 8 hours, Delphine.
Seems good.
So,
Yep.
and then Ed saying is over the top like other plastic coatings in that it gives the plastic that high sheen. Thanks. Yes, I'm going to say.
I
Not like
would
an
say,
extreme sheen, though.
yeah, same
It's-
sheen.
yeah, just I like to say that it looks like a new part or well-maintained part
Yeah.
that it's been well-maintained. So, but it is different. It does give the plastic a sheen, but without that wet look.
Yes.
There's a difference.
That's what I
You
wanted
get
to
the silicone
clarify.
wet look, and then you have something that just has a little glaze to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
and the latter is what makes
Yeah.
it look new. If it's
Yep.
too shiny, you get suspicious.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like other plastic coatings have, or plastic toppers are usually silicone, and so that also has the ability to attract a lot of dust.
Oh, yeah,
So-
true.
And that's
Yeah,
nice
it
about
does.
Solution Finish doesn't have that. So
We got here.
Kevin 53, or as I like to call him, Kevin 53, saying, hey guys, so Dan told me yesterday that today's the day. I think he meant Dane. Told me yesterday that today's the day my dream comes true. And by the way, my IK Foam Pro 2 was hard to pump, cleaned it, lubed it up with Anthony's tips and tricks, and now it's like new. Very nice.
And you too
Yeah,
can get
man.
Anthony's
Heck yeah.
tips by following along with his video
Oh, yeah, you got to watch
on the
this video.
FAQ channel. He does a full teardown of an IK Foam Pro 2. It's worth it.
That is true,
if you've been
Dane.
So,
wondering.
Hans says, we'll look for the over-the-top here in the Netherlands. Okay. Hans, that's good. And then Shoemaker, I previously coated my Solution Finish trim in Meg's hybrid ceramic wax. I'd like to remove it and use over-the-top instead. Do you have any suggestions on removing the old coating? So Meg's hybrid ceramic wax, well, you have it's wax, so it's not hard to remove, but it does have the ceramic in it, which then creates that different bond. So, but I
It's
don't
a
know how to
tough
play
one.
with it.
Yeah, because you got to be real careful. I know how to remove, let's say, the ceramic coatings off of the plastic where Solution Finish will absorb. 90% of the people, they don't have the time to spend 6 hours on one bumper, and you got to
Yeah.
be careful that you don't. With the solvents that I use, you got to be careful you don't ruin you damage the plastic.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time because they say,
Yeah.
I had somebody come in, they detailed my car, it looked great, I had Solution Finish on it, they put the coating on the paint and the plastic, and now that it's faded, Solution Finish seems like it just smears over the top.
Yeah.
And that's because it's still got the ceramic coating on it, and if most of the coating, the ceramic coating is dissipated, it gets blotchy because it's hard to clean out the pores of the plastic.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. That's why over the top was really developed, to try to eliminate that problem.
So that way it could wash off at a different, had a lifespan, so that you could reinstall Solution Finish, darken it again,
Right.
put over the top on again,
Exactly
and
right.
be good to go. So there you go. Baba Taja saying, good to know. Thanks. Love the stream, guys.
Thank you.
Delphine saying, oh, I'm sorry. Over the top may not be for me, since I have no garage for protection.
Oh.
Chris, what do you think of Bead Maker to protect and shine the trim after Solution Finish was applied? Delphine, you just use over the top, girl. You can just wipe it right on.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're overthinking it just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on and
Now,
wipe it on. Don't worry about it.
One thing that I've been working on for a little over a year now is I'm coming out with a Solution Finish maintenance oil, and it's not going to be anything fancy, but what it does is it gives Solution Finish a how can I say it? If you want to freshen up Solution Finish without reapplying it, all you have to do is spray a little bit on a towel, wipe this maintenance oil on it, and I'm having great success with my experiments just something real quick, like on a Sunday after it rains, you just want to freshen up Solution Finish. You don't have to use the actual product, but use the oils that's in the product to help it freshen it up and bond it. It's a little takeoff of over the top because it doesn't give it a sheen, and all it does is freshen it up. So my wife thinks it's a little redundant, but I think that I think there's a place for it, but not until after I do my beta experiments and get the feedback from the pros will I know if I'm going to actually bring it to market.
That sounds like a kind of thing like a
Chris,
maintenance customer would benefit from.
Yeah. Question for you, Chris. So Solution Finish, the original formula, Solution Finish Black and Solution Finish Gray. So is there UV inhibitors already built into those specifically? And then is there also UV inhibitors in the over-the-top sealer?
Well, the UV protection that's in over the top originated from the original formula for Solution Finish. Solution Finish has always had UV protection. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. So you're basically doubling down once you put over the top on top of Solution Finish. You're actually getting more UV inhibitors than you would with just one or the other. It
enhances the whole scheme of things. So yes, it's like
cool. Yeah.
That's what it's for. We want to add some durability and some longevity to Solution Finish. And that's what it's all about. Solution Finish has the antioxidants and light stabilizers in it that gives it UV protection. The over the top has a little tweak to that kind of that I can't give it away too much. It's basically over the top has ingredients in it that enhances the Solution Finish's ability to give it UV protection. One is for UV radiation, the other one is for heat and ultraviolet. So it's kind of a mad scientist type of formula, but I think people are going to really realize that you put on over the top and you're going to get a lot more durability. But more than anything else, what I want to do is as Solution Finish and over the top is used over months and months and months, I want it to stay that way, not have it where, like you put on silicone on a piece of plastic that's, oxidized. It looks good as long as it's wet, but once it evaporates, it always looks worse than it did when you first applied it. So you have to apply it again. This will keep your plastic and your trim even, where it's not going to get worse than it was when you first started the Solution Finish process.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So what I'm getting from that is that there is a definite benefit to using both Solution Finish, either gray or black, with over the top compared to using either one by itself with a totally different product. There's an actual mutual connection they have that really benefits the whole process.
Sure. And some guys, they're going to say, I want it to be a matte finish. I don't want to have any sheen on it. I don't want to make it look like, because when you put on over the top, now it looks like it has something on it that's different. But it's very, very close to new plastic. After you put on over the top, after about 2 weeks, it just looks like a brand new piece of plastic,
Okay.
But some guys don't like it, and some guys love the wet look shine. I saw a big truck at a stoplight the other day that the tires and it was slinging and dripping with a silicone, and the guy was just happy as can be. I said, "Hey, your truck looks great." He goes, "Yeah, I just did it." He was thrilled with it because some people like that.
Yeah,
I don't get it, but to each
that's
his
how
own.
it goes.
Everybody's got their own thing. Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right. So this is gonna be what I call a lightning round. I'm gonna power through some of these just to kind of knock them out, Chris. So you can just chill out and hang out while I burn through some of these.
Okay, you got it.
All right. Raj saying, Windows are a pain for me. What's your guys' process? Raj, you can literally just watch our YouTube channel. I've got tons of videos on how to do
That was the first video.
3 or 4 of them that you can watch. So take a look. Hans is the next one saying, haha, better watch out. My dragon will blow fire breath if it gets mad. Better hand over that shirt, lol. Details Auto Studio. What is ZZ Top playing later?
Oh.
Very funny. Then Hans saying, Luke, we'll put Solution Finish in the washer. I'm sure of it. Ha ha. Making a joke about another listener. All right, Chris Begtel. When I clean interior glass specific microfiber and invisible glass, I see small filaments of microfiber remaining on the glass. Microfiber was washed in a dedicated load using Micro Restore. How do I correct it? You're going to have to do a process of elimination. One of those towels was a linter, and what those towels now have, all of them are linting because one was linting and the microfiber was doing its job. So your towels either need to be replaced or you need to go through and do a process of elimination, wash them isolated until you find that 1 or 2 towels that are bad, that have ruined the whole
We know from experience that's usually just 1 or 2 and that's it.
Delphine
I always
saying,
wondered about that. That's very cool.
Delphine saying, Chris, have you applied Solution Finish on the rubber trim around the windows? And what's your take on metal wiper arms? I think that one works for me. I don't know how long it will last, though. So rubber around the windows.
The metal wiper arms, it's because it's powder coated. It does suck in the Solution Finish and looks great, and it gives it good durability. Rubber itself doesn't have the microscopic pores that plastic has. It looks really good. People do it all the time when they freshen up. It just doesn't have the long-term durability that you would on plastic, but it looks great and it's worth doing.
There you go.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm going to skip that Hans one answering. So, Too Sweet Detailing, taking a lunch break. Glad to be able to tune in live. It's been a minute. And Chris West as a guest. Amazing. All right. Number 3. Okay. Details saying, okay, serious question. LG, I think he means me. Any chance you'll consider carrying Dr. Leather products, or does your relationship with Color Lock prohibit it? Well, so Dr. Leather products, I'm not ever going to rule it out. I am going to tell you, though, it's taken us probably about 3 years to get to where we are with our Color Lock relationship. In that we developed a co-branded kind of ecosystem with them. Plus, we had almost a year of it was like a year of friendship, a year of development, and now we're into our 3rd year of selling product. So never say never, but I'm going to tell you we're pretty happy with Color Lock at the moment. And I know the Dr. Leather products are great, but Color Lock is, the guys are the guys because they're friends of ours. We hang out with them. When they come to Boise, they rent the house right across the street from me. And that's what we do, man.
In the sense of what you're saying, absolutely. If he's trying to be literal and say there's some contract stipulation that says you can't, no, there is no such thing.
Nope.
I just want to get
we're
that
just
clear.
good friends. So same way Chris is a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
So Detail Dude saying there's only one place in Poland that you can order Solution Finish. Show Car Shine is the name of the shop. So if you're in the more eastern part of Europe, you could try that. Thanks, Detail Dude. Appreciate that offering that. And then Hans and him going back and forth.
Let's skip to the next page.
And then just another YouTuber. Hey, guys, just open a detail shop. Any tips or good things to do when setting up a shop? We've got a lot of detox episodes that you could watch for beginning to open your own shop or going mobile or having a detail shop. You can also email me at levi@theragcompany.com. I'd be more welcome to help you out. It's one of those phone call things where we sit down and have to kind of chat.
It's some time investment there.
Please do that. Also, there's an Australian detailing product called Bowden's. Look them up. Their products are amazing. We've heard a lot of great things about Bowden's Own.
We all know Bowden's Own.
Oh, we know.
They're
we
hilarious.
know a lot about Bowden's.
Absolutely hilarious.
That's right.
One of my favorite ones.
Then Danny Israel saying TRC Rex, sweet, in reference to me working at the powder coat shop, getting the wheels taken care of. And then Kal-El, is the Rupes pads better than the Koch pads? They're both great pads. We'll just tell you that. There's nothing wrong with either one of them.
Either one can work in any.
And then Hans says, why not make a 4-finger size TRC wash mitt? That would be hilarious, Hans. But we have had a prototype of that for at one point. And then Ed, gotta say that I've seen Solution Finish compared to other plastic trim coatings, but I gotta say I love how Solution Finish conditions and gives the plastic a natural dark shine. Wanted to say thank you, Chris.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I never get tired of hearing it. You know, I'm so insecure. You know,
it's nice to know, right?
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's nice to know.
And then Hans in the Netherlands says again, Solution Finish will be great. Just do a samba dance while shaking the bottle. And then said he had a Solution Finish bottle when he was just a hobbyist that lasted him 1.5 years. Just shake it before you use it. So we're going back to what he's saying.
Exactly.
And then Vigor, Joe Wetzel saying, hey guys. And then David Cervantes saying, I made it for one. Welcome, boys. And then Blessed saying, how do you polish around those emblems? I still see scratches between the letters, or should I just remove them? Depends on what the customer's paying for, buddy. If they're not paying for the replacement emblems and the cost of you taking those emblems off and putting new ones on, don't do it. But if you're working that into the deal with them, then you can do something like that. But until then, man, grab yourself like a Nano and try and get as close as you can. But just be careful. I had my guys would be polishing a car. And one guy was doing a Range Rover. Wanted to try and get around the R because the customer was very particular about that.
Sure.
But didn't want to pay the extra $100 I was charging to take all those emblems off, polish that out, buy new emblems, and put them on. He didn't want to do that.
So you'd rather pay him for the amount of time it took him to try and work around it.
Hit it with a buffer, pop that R right off.
Oh,
as soon as he hit it with the R, it just popped it off. I was like, well, we're buying new ones anyway.
Here we go.
So I don't know if it was a trick to try and get me to pay for them, but that's how it works.
Now, this is the front page, so we can
go
through these a little slower.
Alkaline saying, Chris, how would you characterize the differences between Solution Finish and boiled linseed oil?
The old hacks were always linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, peanut butter oil. That's what we did way back in the day. The problem is with boiled linseed oil is that, one, it dries out and pulls out the release agents out of plastic, so it really dries it, but it has no colorant. It has no ability to dissolve any of the existing oxidation, but more than anything else, it has no type of protection at all. When you start having the boiled linseed oil, it starts leaning towards the solvent end of it. It's not good for your plastic. If it was 1969, that's what you went with, or you went with Armor All. But it's just bad. It's bad for the plastic. It's old school.
Gotcha.
Is Ashley still around? She's still in the room there?
Took off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. We were just gonna get her to answer some questions too, if she could. But that's all right. I understand. So Bless saying, go ahead, Chris.
I killed her time here trying to get on. So
that's all right.
Oh, baby, 45 minutes, an hour, we do the first half, and you can bail and take care of your delivery. So
that's all right. Sorry. So just so everyone knows,
fine.
So Ashley's your daughter, and what are her duties within Solution Finish for you?
Well, for 5 years, actually 6 years, it was me in the shop, and I did everything. I was the only one working. And then I realized if something happened to me, nobody knew the formula, nobody knew the process, nobody could take it over. It would just die. And so I had her come in and start learning it, and she loved it so much that now she does the bottling, the capping, the labeling, the shipping, the packing. She does she can do any of the formulation. So she's an integral part of it. Right now, with the volume I'm doing, there's no way that I could not do it without Ashley. I mean, it would be impossible. It's a lot of work for two people.
Yeah.
But she's such a quick learner, and I only tell her one time, and it's not like she doesn't forget it in 3 or 4 months. Go, oh, is that how we're doing it? She's just the best. I mean, I wanted this to always be a family business, and it's heading that way. My 16-year-old son comes in on the weekends and works with us, and so she's great. She does everything. My wife and I do all the paperwork, invoicing and billing and that kind of thing. But she does everything else in the shop that I can do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I just wanted to get that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted the listeners to go, because I know we kind of didn't get to talk to Ashley that much. So I wanted everyone to kind of know why she's an integral part in Solution Finish. And 9 times out of 10, she's probably if there's any questions or issues, but she's the reason a lot of those bottles are getting to you guys. So as you said, the bottling, the capping, the filling, the packing, the shipping. I mean, she's handling all that.
And she's so anal. She's so anal about everything. The bottles are brand new.
Yeah.
And we label them, we cap them, and she wipes down every single bottle before she puts it in a box. Wow. I mean, it looks clean, it's fine. She just doesn't want any dust on it. She doesn't want any splatters on it. So she's just real particular,
real good about the presentation of the product. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real important to her, and it makes me look good. So
there you go. Well, there you go for everybody. That way you know at least who she was.
I'll tell you didn't know.
That. So good.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So blessed. Going back to the question, saying can't wait to get my order tomorrow. Got Twist and Shouts, the shampoo from PNS, and detail helpers belt. Nice. Good work.
Heck yeah.
Yay.
And then Robin Mull saying, hey guys, do I need a canopy tent when I detail in the cold and rainy weather? Well, it will help keep you dry.
It's not a bad thing by any means. Just you have to have a way to carry it, assuming your vehicle has space for it.
So here's the deal. So when I had my shop, I had a 2-bay shop, and then I was so busy and I couldn't expand my building because of city regulations at the time. So I had to figure out a way to build more workspaces, so to speak. What I did was I got a couple canopy tents and I set them out in front of my shop, right in front of the doors. Now, in the wintertime, you guys have heard me say I didn't try to detail on the exterior of a vehicle below 30 degrees.
Right.
And on the interior of a car, if I had to clean the interior car and I was outside, I tried not to detail below 10 degrees. So the nice thing about having the tent was that it would capture a lot of the heat from under the hood.
Your tents had walls, right?
Not all of them did. I had one that did.
Oh, okay.
But I could create a little bit more warmth because the heat from the engine would kind of get captured underneath the tent and the tonneau itself. So it kind of warmed up a little bit. So it was a little easier to do.
Or the exhaust fumes simply made you think
no, because they were sticking out the back. I didn't have to worry about that. But the point was that yes, if you're in the cold and rainy weather, it will help because one, it'll help at least hopefully concentrate a little more of that heat, but it also keep the car dry, which is a big deal, especially if it's too cold to detail. So I always liked
that.
I did it for a number of years.
Like that?
And now I've got a nice cush desk job.
You're glad you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. But
well, I
remember those days,
know
Chris.
What you mean. I kind of know what you mean. It got down to 49 degrees a few days ago at night, and with the wind chill factor, it felt like 45. So yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, there were days where it was cold.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So David Cervantes. Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say 49.
David Cervantes saying, can I apply Solution Finish and over the top of some WeatherTech mats? Yes, you can, David. Have fun with it. Delphine saying, how about using over the top straight on rubber trim then?
Absolutely. If the plastic's not really oxidized, because you don't really need to get the color back, it's just a little gray, a little blotchy, you're going to find that over the top will give it, will darken it up and remove those blotches. So the fun thing about it is people always say, can I put Solution Finish over the top of new plastic? And I tell them, no, you can, but it doesn't have the deep pores in it that oxidized plastic would.
Yeah.
So this is a good step-in product for new plastic or fairly reasonably unoxidized plastic.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Blessed asking the real question. What happened to Wowos on your website? What happened to the Wowos line?
We had
Blessed,
an extensive podcast about
I had
this.
a very extensive podcast where I actually read a prepared statement in which
about it.
dictated everything why. But the long and skinny of it is, well, I guess you should say short and skinny of it is that we were going to try to bring the brand here to the U.S. to manufacture. Because of COVID and the bottle shortage and cap shortage and everything all across, and then the ability that the borders were closed, it shut
down any possibility of
not going to work.
Working
it was just not going to work, and it was
to.
going to potentially have to push what was an active investment. It was going to have to push it back for quite a long time. So we decided to cut our ties. Now, if you want to buy any Wowos products, you can purchase them straight from wowos.co.uk, and you can get them. You can still pick them up from Clean and Shiny. They've got a few products. You can pick them up from the Rag Company Europe. They still carry and sell the products because basically Wowos
They're
was
in
based,
the neighborhood and we're not.
Yeah, Wowos was based in is still based in Scotland. The factory's still there producing products.
Yeah.
However, to get a portion of the team here to produce products here during what has been a crazy pandemic was just not going to work. So we let Wowos do their own thing back in Scotland. So feel free. If you want more Wowos products, pick them up. You can go to wowos.co.uk. So that's it.
And then he follows up by saying, any new products this year? Well,
we just
got
released
one on the table
this
right
product.
now.
Solution finishes over the top with Chris. So here it is. You can pick it up. It's available today, as well as we brought on Fusion Gray. Now, that was something that we've said has been out for a couple years. We just hadn't been carrying it. So with the ability to bring on over the top, we thought, why not? Great time to launch both of them again, just because.
We got the
I
trifecta
appreciate
now.
it. That's so cool.
Dino from Montreal, Quebec, saying, hey guys, keep up the great job. What rag should I use for ceramic coatings? Thanks. We love our purple pearls. Hey, you got one of the wheels. Come on in, Gabe.
That looks
so
good.
Gabe is went back to the powder coat shop to pick up one of the wheels for the WRX.
Oh, you're gonna
and for TRC Rex. And freshly powder coated, looking sharp.
Dang.
So
Nice.
I love it.
How's
I
the
like
metallic
that.
on that?
It's good. So the color that was picked was not available. So we went with the next closest shade, but I went with the high gloss on the wheel. So I think it'll make the difference. So there you
That
go.
looks nice. The temptation
Looks
was
great.
there to go gold BBS, but I think keeping it natural to the way that it looked originally on the car.
Well, we're going to be putting
the
a set
right
of
thing to
Koenigs
do.
also on
Yeah.
it. So we'll go bronze with the
I
with the
think we
Koenigs.
should, because man, it just looks
that'll
good
look
on the
great.
car.
But yeah, that came out sweet. Dig it.
Perfect.
So.
All right, we got
Vigor Auto Detailing saying, when are you guys going to put TRC towels and color lock kits? Actually, in Germany and in Europe, there are some Rag Company towels available in certain color lock kits, just only in Europe. And then Too
That's not what he
Sweet
wants to hear.
Detailing asking, when can we expect you guys to carry the IK foamer sprayer O-ring replacement parts, a 5 or 10 pack with oil for the pump? No one sells these at all in the U.S. to my knowledge. They are on their way. They are on their way. I will tell you that much. So if you saw them at TRCMA, they're on their way. If not, you can watch that episode with the boys from
that and
IK.
Anthony's teardown video, which I find helps a lot of people who think they need oil, but they actually don't.
Yep.
We've got Alkaline Topad here.
Levi, now that you've managed to hook Pepsi, will LG be the next new sponsorship for the home theater solution package? Actually, yes. I have some of my very own LG branded monitors for my computer here at in the building. Told everybody it was a new collab I was doing. It's actually just the company LG, not me. But it's all right.
Whoops.
You never know.
That's funny.
All right.
Keep trying.
So David Cervantes asking, how much solution Chris, how much solution finish would I need for a crew cab full-size Silverado and WeatherTech mats? Jeez, man. You don't need that much. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Just buy the big
That bottle will do it.
But buy the big bottle.
Yeah, the big bottle. will do
Give you an idea. I can do a fully cladded Avalanche with 4 ounces. So you look at that the little 1 ounce individual size bottle can do 3 passenger cars, which would be bumper, a cowl, couple of mirrors. It could do 3. It goes a long way, but I found that if you buy a 12-ounce pro-size bottle, you're going to have it for years, and you'll be able to do that truck 8 or 9 times without even thinking about it.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
And a 12 ounce comes in handy when you got to do other people's cars.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Blessed saying any graphene products coming to the rag company line, not in the foreseeable future at the moment.
No.
Unless one of the manufacturers that we carry start infusing graphene into their products. So, Alkaline saying, whoa, Solution Finish is a 2-person company? Wow. Yeah, literally. 2 people.
Yeah, it is.
And on the weekends, it's 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah. People have always said, how many people are in the company now, Chris? And I said, well, between marketing and merchandising, shipping, packing, labeling, formulating, let me think, it's 2 people. And, for a minute. Yep, that's it.
There you go.
Well,
Wow, amazing.
I work 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day, and the only time I take off is when I'm off to Boise, Idaho. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a strong testament to your work ethic and to you for putting this out, and the fact that your kids are so excited about being a part of the company, and the fact that Ashley's already your number 2, and then with your 16-year-old coming in and wanting to help out too.
And my sweet wife, she's the backbone. She's got to do a lot of paperwork and a lot of legal stuff that it just I live in California. It's nonstop what they try to do to us. So she stays up on top of that. So it's really the 3 of us, and it's working well. But keep in mind, people say I work too much. I used to have to work for a living.
Yeah.
Now I get to do this. I used to have to work for a living, and trust me, this ain't it. This poor Chris is at the shop with his radio on, and nobody's bugging him, and it's a great life. So
yeah, that's the nice thing too, is that you don't have anybody breathing down your neck anymore. So.
Yeah.
Where are we at, Dane?
Ricky picked
saying,
up on Blessed's question.
Oh, yeah.
there.
I think you want to rethink that question. Then Ricky, the one about graphene. Very funny. And then I hear they're coming out with graphene fused microfiber towels, and then he ducks. It's a joke. Very nice, guys. All right, David Cervantes.
Solution Finish has graphene in it, by the way. Yeah, I just want to let you know. If that helps.
Yeah, no, that'll there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Yeah. Now you know where to get it.
The secret formula is out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he said too much.
David Cervantes saying, how is Coach Chemie's One Cut and Finish compared to Uno Protect? It's good. So One Cut and Finish is a great product. The timeline is basically the same as it would be like Uno Protect. The problem lies in that it is very different than Uno Protect. Chemically, they are very different products. Timeline works the same. You got to wait about 20 minutes before you wipe it off, and then you need to give it a couple hours for it to fully set up. We have not tried using our bead maker method like we do with Uno, where we can replace one sealant with the other. We've been told basically we'd be doing the same thing. However, the way their waxes and sealants stack up during that timing is much more different than the way the Rupes stuff. Yeah. So if you're going to use One Cut and Finish, use it on its own and follow the timeline. Let it sit for 20 minutes. Wipe it off. Do not touch it or get it wet for the next 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. I use One Cut and Finish on a lot of vintage cars that don't see a lot of daily driving kind of thing because it creates a crazy level of gloss.
Yeah, the end result is beautiful.
But the protection is not very long, so I'd much rather do it on like an old GTO that's sitting in the garage that the guy's going to take out and just kind of cruise around in, and it's a fair weather car, where I really think Uno Protect with Bead Maker is quite the combo, even on a daily driver. it's pretty dang strong.
Well, just being straightforward, I think Uno is going to be the more durable one in that that kind of situation.
Yep.
So you can play around with it more and not have to worry about as much. Whereas the other, you may want to be more careful.
Yeah, just watch out. It's just because of the way that they layer the different products.
Yeah.
So
Ricky is ducking too. Here we go, Hans.
Hans says, "Oh, so there's no fingerprints on the bottles to make my own Chris and Ashley." Dang.
He's trying to clone you.
I don't think you can clone somebody from their fingerprints, Hans. I don't think that's how it works.
Sounds like an ethical concern.
Yeah. They're in Germany.
Yeah, you never know. Hans says, "Get a market tent with walls, and then just put a space heater and do details in that." There you go. Delphine says, "Do you guys have any tips for pad storages in warm and damp climate year round?" She's in Martinique. Tips and pad storage, really just try and spin them dry as best you can. I probably wouldn't seal them into totes if they're damp, just because you don't want them growing anything inside the foam.
No.
So try and let them breathe. If you have fans to help dry them out a little more, that'd probably help out. So
you can spin dry them, and then you can take two towels, and kind of hamburger them together to try to absorb a lot of that moisture.
Yeah, that's probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
You can always put them in totes. Just I probably wouldn't seal the tote fully.
Sure.
I just keep them kind of cracked a little bit so they can breathe, especially if you're in a high humidity. So Hans says, "I'm below zero right now. I sure would love some of that sunny heat in the Netherlands."
Oh my God.
All right. Alkaline saying, he's below 0 Celsius, so he's probably the same as Boise.
He's probably like Fahrenheit. He's probably in the 20s.
Yeah, he's probably just fine.
It's still cold.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Cold for a Californian.
Yeah,
yes.
quit whining, Hans. All right. Alkaline saying, "Are you guys worried about the powder coating affecting the wheel's strength?"
No.
No, we're not. These are the stock wheels that the car came with.
They're forged BBSs.
Yeah.
And the way that BBS forges stuff, that has never. Honestly, those can get powder coated over and over again. If it was a really cheap wheel, then I'd be a little bit more worried.
Yeah.
But I would
OEM
say that those are pretty
BBS
damn strong.
is gonna hold.
Well, and we met with the US BBS reps.
Right. Yeah.
And they were telling us all about when they first started working with
that was
Subaru,
really cool, actually,
with bringing the STIs in, and they were literally landing on the dock and then adding BBS wheels onto the cars as they were getting shipped over from Japan. And then when they started manufacturing them here in the U.S., they were putting in the orders for BBS, and the BBS distributor for the U.S. was taking them over to the Subaru dealership, to the Subaru plant, and dropping off massive loads of wheels. But I remember it was a fun story to hear from those guys. So
those guys
their
were
BBSs, they're pretty good. We're pretty excited about them. So Alkaline saying, "Also, are there pics on the discussion page of TRC Rex?" No, but that's a good idea. We probably could add a little teaser for you guys.
Yeah, we kind of been avoiding showing too much.
We kind of want to.
We don't want to spoil everything for the video series.
No, we want you to
I will
watch
say
it.
You might not recognize it right now.
You might be scared of what it looks like right now. So
yeah. It's a little scary.
All right. Blessed saying, "Shout out from your neighbor here in Salem, Oregon. Y'all need to try In and Out in Keisner, Oregon." That's what we've heard. David Cervantes. "So is one cut glossier?" Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then any recommendations to add to my Rags to Riches torture test? I added Bead Maker and Hyperseal. No, I think you're going to do a good job. I'm excited. I've been following it, David. I'd love to see what it does. So
what happens?
Han says, "A trick with Solution Finish is put the applicator you used in a Ziploc bag after use. Next time you're going to use Solution Finish, your applicator is already primed and ready after a few new drops of Solution Finish, and it hasn't dried out." It's pretty good. Good idea.
I was gonna bring that up when you were talking about towels and the totes, and I just didn't want to interrupt, but he's exactly right. And a lot of times guys won't even go back to their bottle. They'll just use what's already loaded in it and freshen up the trim. So it's a great way to do it. You're not going to have to worry about any kind of spontaneous combustion or anything like that. It just doesn't dry out when it's in a bag.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Absolutely right. Great trick.
Nice. So Andy G saying the favorite compound or polish and pad on soft clears.
Soft clears.
And Anthony, do you have one? Favorite compound or polish
pads
on
for
soft
clears? Hyper polish and a, I don't know, orange pad, green pad.
There you go.
White pad, Rupes pad.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Han says, does Solution Finish still have that very, very special deep freezer?
Yeah, it's in the lab. I don't know if you ever saw that. They were talking about with the cold weather back east, getting deliveries left on the porch will it ruin Solution Finish.
Yeah.
So I put a bottle of Solution Finish in the freezer and a bottle of water in the freezer, and left it there for 3 days, and Solution Finish poured right out, and of course the water was solid, solid block of ice, so it doesn't freeze,
There you go.
Yeah, doesn't freeze.
Simple enough.
And I don't know why. I don't know why.
Ethan asks, what's a great pad compound combination to do your first test spot on a daily driven vehicle? Hyper polish and a green foam pad, like our green flat foam, would be perfect.
Yeah.
It's a
Or
great
orange,
combo.
or orange
or
pad,
orange. Yeah, or orange. Either one of those. Very easy way set up.
I would say any polish in an orange pad would be a good way to just get get it out there, test it really quick, and then see where you're at.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Bernardo saying, my respect to my boy Levi Gates, and also to my big friend Chris West representing Panama.
Hey.
From Bernardo Archibald.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
He's
That's
a nice
awesome.
guy.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Alkaline says, wait, I think I missed something. Is there an intro video to the TRC Rex? No, not yet.
I mean, the intro was
From
during TRC.
Yeah,
but
we did that intro video.
an intro video that they're coming very soon. We'll say
we got about 2 weeks.
You're a couple weeks away from when we start releasing those videos.
Yeah, when we
Episode
do our
number 1
premiere. Yeah.
will drop, and we're gonna do it in kind of a different kind of way. So we want you guys to stay tuned. We'll let you know when we think it's a good time to start talking about it, but soon. All right, I got blessed here.
What do you guys think of
Making
colored
a-
foam soap, pink and green colored? Stain paint or not? Rag Company Green Hulk Foam $1 million idea, lol. Blessed. Yeah, you could do colored different foams. A lot of them don't try not to stain, but we have seen some that just use poor dyes, and they can stain, or a car is heavily oxidized, and the colored foam will stain it. But not really. We're not big fans of different colored soaps. We use what we have here, and we're pretty good with it. Bernardo
Hey guys,
saying,
I got to.
go ahead, Chris.
I got to shut off this mixer. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
No problem.
So Bernardo saying shout out to all the TRC staff.
Oh.
And then David Cervantes saying, I'm looking to give my customers a microfiber cloth once I detail their vehicles. What towels have the TRC logo pressed or printed on them like the Purple Pearl? Only the Purple Pearl.
And the Fender Defender.
Oh, the Fender
That's not
Defender,
true.
but that's the Fender. Which the other one? That?
And the
lens cloth,
Driving
6x7 net lens.
Oh yeah,
cloth.
the Dry Me Rivers have that too. So
yes.
I used to just give my customers towels, but I didn't use the TRC embossed ones. I bought a case, a couple bags of 245s, and I would give those to my customers.
Because they're really soft.
Well, and I could change out colors based on the time of the year. So like in March, I could get some lime green ones.
And they're inexpensive,
those
so
out.
you can get tons of
Valentine's Day, I
customers.
could get pink and red and throw them in the
Yeah.
cars. So if it was a lady's car, I'd put a pink towel. If it was a guy's car, I'd put a red towel in there. Christmas time
that's
would
quite
be
the
red.
assumption that they might like that color, but that's
Oh, you
fine.
never know. So point was, I'd have a towel available, and I'd tell them red or pink. Here you go. The fun thing was, customers really loved. You don't realize how much people really love having a new towel in their car, especially after they get it detailed, because they use it to wipe off the
Nice.
dust. They use it to clean their
literally use it
glasses,
for
their phone.
everything,
They'll
so-
use it for everything. I used to get people who would come in to schedule a detail just so they could get another towel. That was the reason. So I said, all right, cool.
What about a California duster? They're really good.
Don't do us like that.
I was just
I
saying.
think you had a video
hand those
recently.
ones out.
Sorry.
Ethan Turdy saying, never mind, my question was answered. Thanks, guys. You're welcome, Ethan.
Awesome.
Han saying, good thing I'm getting a new warm TRC shirt. You guys have to keep me warm. Thanks, Hans. Ryan saying, Ryan Rigdon saying, Chris, tell the story of when Solution Finish sprayed all over prospective investors.
You want me to?
You got a few minutes. That's it.
It's real quick. I had the new equipment all set up, and I was playing with the idea of having some money guys come in and help kickstart everything. So I had 4 guys come in. They got the suits on. They're money guys, and I was showing them my new equipment, but I wasn't used to it, so I didn't realize that there was still pressure in the bottle when you lifted it up. You have to shut it down. Anyway, the procedure for turning it on. So the filling head went down to the bottle, filled up the bottle, and I inadvertently lifted it up before the pressure
Released.
was pushed back in, and it sprayed these 4 guys like 4 sprinklers of Solution Finish, 360, about 12 feet, straight across their ties, their shirts, it was mortifying. I'm sitting there dripping because I'm right in front of it, but they just got wiped out.
Holy cow.
2 of them walked out without even saying anything to me, like, oh yeah, we're really going to invest money with this guy. So, but anyway, it was, I laugh now because I didn't use their money and I didn't need them. So it's probably a blessing to get rid of them,
It knew something you didn't at the time.
Well, thank you.
Like drenching 4 bankers. You can't get better than that,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Chris, for being on. Thank you, everyone, for your questions and all that good stuff. And thanks to Ashley for being on the show, even though we didn't get a chance to talk to her. Give her our love. Give her a hug for us.
I will.
And we'll definitely need to get you guys on again one of these days. So thank you, guys.
I'm going to leave you guys with, I'd like to leave you with this.
Go for it.
Okay. The first rule of 2021 is you don't talk about 2020.
No.
Yeah, we don't talk
There we
about
go.
it.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, I love you guys, Hans. All you guys that talked about Solution Finish. I never get tired of it. You guys are the best. And thanks for the launch. I'm excited
Appreciate
about
it, man.
this.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
you guys
Dane,
are the
take us
best.
home.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for spending your time with us. We really appreciate it. Anthony, thank you for doing your job like you always do. You're here. You're remote, but you're here. Levi, it's always great hosting alongside you, as well as Anthony and Chris today. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And I will insist, please, go to the Rag Company YouTube channel, click the subscribe button if you haven't done it already, and do the same for our The Rag Company FAQ channel and The Rag Company podcast channel. Both of those could definitely use your subscription, and it helps us know who's listening, who's watching, and just get a better idea of what people want. So, all that said, just saying thanks, and we'll catch you later. See ya.
Stay safe and healthy.
See ya.
Adios.
See you, Chris. Thanks.